Hello SNA fans. This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. This is episode 114 of the SNA podcast, Wrestling News Review, part 35. Usually you guys probably are thinking like, usually I would do this in the afternoon, but like I said last night, I had to take care of some family business. Like that's why I couldn't do the SNA podcast today because today in the afternoon until postponing it until the evening because there was it was a big family event that was up today. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the latest wrestling news, and it's the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you guys need to know from the wrestling news article from SportSkeeda. We're gonna start off on this very first one. It's a Vince Russo news saying like Vince Russo does not consider founding a member of DX or D Generation X a part of the WWE stable. And it says right here, according to this article, while the D Generation X had some of the best names in the business as its members, former WWE writer Vince Russo doesn't feel a particular member was an active part of the faction. Like the name in question is Rick Rude, like rising to fame in 1987 after joining WWE. He later also worked with WCW among others promotions. Rick was like in the ring, putting a great match, putting on great matches with his opponents. He later found the D Generation X stable alongside Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and even China. While he never wrestled as a part of the group, he was present as ringside most of the time. Yeah. I try you.
I said you have to watch
I'm gonna watch him. I
was out here messing with that box when Louis took out that car. He shouldn't even be touching it. That box, he should have. There's no reason for him to touch that box. We'll leave it alone. No, you can get a whooping by your daddy if you don't stop. No, then you whoop like
I try you.
So you gotta behave, baby. You gotta be good, Trey. I'm doing everything that way you want it done, not the way people flush for it.
Okay, I'm back. Let's continue to talk about this. It says, due to him not exactly taking part in the ring while with D Generation X, Vince Russo does not see him as an actual member of the group in terms of pro wrestling. And what do you think about this latest news about Vince Russo does not think like taking to Twitter of saying like Rick Rude was not exactly a D Generation X member? Y'all let me know right down in the comments below. I'll say maybe he might have some kind of a point for saying that about Rick Rude not being exactly a member of D Generation X. But I would say he's still a member for the fact that he was a manager for them at one hand, until he left the WWE, and also and sadly passed away afterwards. Rest in peace to him, to the ravishing Rick Rude, and also Shawn Michaels was injured, and so they had to have Triple H had to have some replacements like Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, X-Pac to join the group, like in the late '90s. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the next wrestling news. Is 1,000% better than Bloodline, not even close. Vince Russo believes this disbanded faction undoubtedly surpassed Roman Reigns' WWE group, and it says while the Bloodline is still one of the best faction storylines brought to light, WWE veteran Vince Russo thinks another former group was still better than them, and it says right here the disbanded banded faction in question is the Main Event Mafia, a group that was active in TNA during the last on the last 2000s booked to near perfection by Vince Russo at the time, of course. The group included some major names like Sting, Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, and more. The faction run was wildly popular at the time, owing to the talent of its members. And it says right here, speaking on this week's episode of SportSkeeda's writing with Russo, the former writer agreed with Booker T's comments that the main event Mafia was better than the Bloodline. And not that really much to say about this. Okay, this is what okay, let's see. But yeah, what do you think about Vince Russo agreeing with Booker T of the Main Event Mafia from TNA is better than the Bloodline, and who do you think is the better faction in professional wrestling? Is it the Bloodline or the Main Event Mafia? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to the next news now. Is we got some four WWE stars who, no, I don't think we should do that one. Excuse me. Fortunately, Fortunately, my sinuses go away. It's going away very soon, slowly but surely. By the way, anyway, we got some major news regarding the Raw's TV deal reports. Now it says major news has come to light regarding Monday Night Raw's television deal. Since its reception in 1993, Raw has been the flagship show for WWE. The show airs every Monday and has broken several records over over the years. Raw is currently the longest running weekly episodic television show in history. Something that Michael Cole always announced when he's calling the action on Monday Night Raw. But anyways, like over the last year, over years, several iconic moments has taken place on Raw, and also uh, the show also boasts boasts decent ratings each week. The show's strong ratings and viewership have made it a valuable into in, into entity and in into in in intent entity, yeah, that a valuable entity for the company for the past few decades. In fact, Raw ratings went un unaffected during WWE's merger with UFC. Recently, TKO Group Holdings held its third quarter earnings, during which one of the topics that was brought up was Raw's TV deal. Post Wrestling is reporting that Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel and CEO of the Toronto Blue Jays Mark Mark Shapiro addressed the deal during the earnings call, where they expressed confidence that the show could switch networks overnight without any issue. Some of the strong candidates uh, mentioned where Disney, Universal Studio, or not, I mean, not Universal, NBC Universal, and Warner Bros. Discovery, and Amazon Prime. As far as Disney is concerned, it is reported that FX could host Monday Night Raw. It was also mentioned they they have a year to complete a deal, and did not give any indication that any deal was immediate. It says during the recent group during the TKO Group Holdings earnings call, Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel called the new deal a 70% increase over their previous deal, and saying uh, there are still a lot of unanswered questions regarding the day that NXT will be on, or if more shows will be held from outside of the performance center. As we get closer to October 2024, most of these questions should be answered. And what do you think about Monday Night Raw possibly moving to FX? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Do you think it it's possible that FX is going to be the new home of Monday Night Raw, or do you think it's going to be somebody else? Do you think it's going to be USA, NBC, Bravo, the E Network? Like if they re-sign their TV deal with Comcast, or do you think they're going to make a TV deal with Warner Bros. Discovery and they could possibly be on either TNT, TBS, or True TV? Which I'm not sure if they would go that far to go into their competition's their TV station partners. Like they would probably will wait until AEW's TV deal ends with them, possibly. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all guys be decide in the comment section right down below. And what do you think about NXT also possibly gonna be on tour like Raw and SmackDown, and they will do that on a weekly basis, especially for the fact that the next October they'll be moving to the CW. Y'all let me know down in the comments below as well. On top of that, we're gonna move on to the next wrestling news, and now it's says right here, what did the Undertaker say to WWE fan who dressed up as him? And it says right here, according to this SportSkeeda article, the Undertaker had an amusing interaction with a fan dressed up as him in a meet and greet. And it says right here, Taker's One Dead Man show has been doing pretty well for quite some time now, and he always receives a packed house full of these meet and greets. He's amassed he amassed a massive fan following over the past 30 years. And it says right here, at a recent One Dead Man show, The Undertaker met a fan who was dressed up as him and did a good job at it. The phenomena, the phenom, not the phenomena, the phenom, I should say, my bad. The phenom couldn't help but crack a joke directed at the fan, stating that he was wondering what happened to all of this stuff. And then here's the image of it right here from this article.
I was wondering what happened to all my stuff. Well, you know.
But yeah, what do y'all thought about this fan dressing up as the Undertaker to take a picture with the dead man, and then with the Undertaker making that joke, crack a joke in Indianapolis, Indiana? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And do you think it's honorably hilarious that the fans dressed up like the Phenom, or do you think it's way too much and they're taking this fandom too far, like dressing up as him? Which I don't think it's going too far, and I believe most of y'all would agree with me on this when I say this, because when you dress up as the Undertaker, if you dress up like the Undertaker or any wrestler that's been your favorite for the past decades, you could possibly understand what the fan did here, when they dressed up as the Undertaker, and yeah, and yeah, and if I was in a meet and greet with one of my favorite wrestlers, like a John Cena or a Rey Mysterio or an Adam Cole, baby, or even a Roman Reigns or Kevin Owens or Kenny Omega, I would be dressed up as him. As you could see, I was dressed up as Kenny Omega for Halloween. Of course, it was the holiday. And of course, most people do dress up when they celebrate the fun side of the holiday. But give me y'all's answers in the comment section right down below. What you think about But I would say I don't really blame the fan for doing this because The Undertaker is a number one fan favorite and a 30-year wrestling legend into the industry, and even a star into the pop culture world as well, in the world of entertainment, and even being on a cartoon animated movie with Scooby Doo, of course. And he even had a longest winning streak in WrestleMania history in the history of WWE. On top of it, with 21 straight years. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this unexpected fan. I mean, this unexpected moment with this fan at this one Dead Man Show meet and greet. But we're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna move on to the next news now. We got some more Undertaker news now. It guaranteed his wife writes these. Fans react as The Undertaker apologizes to former WWE rival. And it says, according to this SportSkeeda article, WWE Hall of Famer The Undertaker left fans in splits with his apology to one of his former rivals on Twitter. In 2004, the Dead Man version of The Undertaker made a huge return at WrestleMania 20 against Kane. He defeated him and thus exacted revenge for what happened at Survivor Series 2003. At the event, the Big Red Machine helped Vince McMahon bury Taker in a buried alive match. And it says right here, according to this article, not according to this, I should say, and also after defeating Kane, Taker kicked off a feud with JBL over the WWE Championship at SummerSlam 2004. The Phenom viciously put him through the roof of his limo. The latter appeared on SmackDown with a neck brace and a stand that held his signature hat above his head. JBL recently tweeted a message stating that what happened back then was a crime perpetrated against him by Taker in an amusing response. The latter apologized to the following to the fellow Hall of Famer, and fans are having a field day. And here's a tweet from The Undertaker there's a tweet from back in almost 20 years ago, back 19 years ago to be the exact. And what do you think about this tweet from John Bradshaw Layfield and The Undertaker recently apologizing to him for hitting him over his car roof? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And I'm not sure if that was it seemed like it was like a shoot, like a work shoot, like The Undertaker doing that to JBL, making it look like it's part of a work, but it could have been a shoot, and no one can tell for sure because all they know is this JBL, for him as a character, might have deserved it, but not him as a person. But some say, some accuse JBL of being a bully, with commentators and wrestlers, especially Blue Meanie, for an example. When they stiffly were fighting when they got into a brawl. They stiffly was beating the living hell out of each other. But now now it's been like that JBL is no longer no longer a bully like he was like over 20 years or almost 20 years ago. But what do you think? But yeah, what do you think about this news story? Y'all let me know in the comment section right down below. We're gonna move on to the next news from SportSkeeda about Royal Rumble and the possible Royal Rumble winner of WrestleMania. I mean, a possible Royal Rumble winner for 2024 on the road to WrestleMania 40. Like already leaked, Royal Rumble 2024 winner analyzing analyzing the possibility, and it says Royal Rumble 2024 is set to be one of the most anticipated premium live events of WWE for the upcoming year. Each year, fans eagerly await this show, particularly for its traditional 30 men's and women's Royal Rumble matches, as the winner earns a shot at a title match at WrestleMania. However, recent recent promotional activities by the company have led fans to believe that Cody Rhodes might emerge as the winner of next year's men's Rumble match, with the company seemingly hinting at the same. It says right here, this speculation gained traction following WWE's recent unveiling of their promotional poster of the road of WrestleMania 40, prominently featuring the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes for the event leading to WrestleMania 40. For those unaware, Cody Rhodes had already won the men's Royal Rumble this past year in 2023, granting him the opportunity to face the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal title at the Show of Shows, where he failed to dethrone the Tribal Chief. However, despite the unfinished business, it is highly improbable that the company will make Rhodes the winner of the next year's Royal Rumble match again. The potential reason behind this could be the concern that Rhodes winning another Royal Rumble match back to back could elicit a negative reaction from fans, potentially contra- contradict contradicting WWE's current plans to position Cody as the company's primary protagonist. Like companies, furthermore, it is important to note that a mere promotional poster does not necessarily indicate the American Nightmare winning the next year's Rumble match. However, if WWE plans to stage another match between Roman and Cody at next year's grandest stage of them all, the company might opt for an alternative strategy. Instead of having Cody win another Royal Rumble match, like a Royal match as the Royal Rumble stands as one of the company's flagship events. The likelihood of Roman Reigns participating in the show remains high despite his absence from the early promotional posters. Also, it appears that the company may already have plans in place for the tribal chief, with AJ Styles emerging as a potential opponent. The possibility for this clash at Royal Rumble 2024 arises from the uncertain status of the undisputed WWE Universal champion following Crown Jewel 2023. Furthermore, with AJ Styles, like expected to make his return on the upcoming edition of SmackDown, there is anticipation for him to seek vengeance against the Bloodline for for their alleged backstage assault, like which reportedly left the phenomenal one like hospitalized as per the ongoing storyline. And do you think Cody And do you think Cody Rhodes is gonna win the Royal Rumble again? And how you guys would feel, I should say, if Cody Rhodes won back-to-back match? Would you be a number one supporter for the American Nightmare for doing so, or do you think it will be too much even for him to achieve? Like the last wrestler who won back-to-back Royal Rumble matches is none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin, which he won in 1997 and 1998, which he failed to succeed to win the WWE Championship against Bret Hart at the main event of that year's Mania 97. While following year in 1998, he finally pulled the trigger and won the belt, beating Shawn Michaels in the process in his second one. Like, I guess it was a guaranteed, I guess you could say. Like I say about wrestlers not successfully hitting their finishing move the first time, it's going to be a guaranteed the second time. But I'm not sure if he's gonna win, but it could be a similar story, like with Stone Cold Steve Austin, like with him being the second ever wrestler and tied with Stone Cold Steve Austin, went back-to-back Royal Rumble, and his first attempt of winning the WWE Championship didn't work. So the second time might be different, like Stone Cold, except he's not facing a different wrestler like him. It's perhaps the same person, which is the tribal chief Roman Reigns, holding the title for 1,200 days as the Universal Champion. And what do you think about AJ Styles possibly being Roman Reigns' opponent at the Royal Rumble event for the title? Which the last time we saw the phenomenal one was like a month ago when he got attacked by the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso backstage, with Solo Sikoa doing a big monstrous splash onto AJ Styles. And what do you think about? And then they said this Friday SmackDown, he could be returning as soon as this upcoming SmackDown, which is tomorrow night, which I'm gonna be doing the SNA podcast, like that. It's gonna be possibly 116th episode. But anyways, we're gonna talk about that in just a moment. But yeah, what do you think this is gonna be in the head of on the way to the facing the tribal chief at the Royal Rumble? Do you think AJ Styles might have some kind of a chance against the tribal chief, or do you think he's going to retain until WrestleMania 40? Sound off in the comment section right down below. Even though most of y'all would agree that Roman Reigns is not going to lose that title until WrestleMania 40, or possibly against Cody Rhodes. But that's just my opinion. It's not a spoiler. It's a prediction, because they could easily change it, which I hope that's not the plan, and keep it like it is. And then we got a 38-year-old star to set up a huge feud with Nick Aldis on WWE SmackDown, checking the possibility. It says Nick Aldis took charge of WWE SmackDown in October. The former NWA World Heavyweight Champion brought Kevin Owens in to the Blue brand. On his first day on the job, he also fined Jey Uso $10,000 for attacking Jimmy Uso like weeks ago, and it said like it is possible that a 38-year-old star could appear on WWE SmackDown this week to confront the general manager. Jey Uso can potentially show up to confront Aldis for not punishing not punishing Jimmy Uso over his involvement in an undisputed WWE tag team title match several weeks ago on Raw, and said the potential angle can lead to a traditional five on five Survivor Series tag match for brand supremacy. All this and Raw GM Adam Pearce teased at the return of brand wars on the night Aldis imposed a heavy fine on Jey Uso. Like WW, but anyways, yeah. But yeah, what y'all think about this? And do you think Jey Uso could make his could make an appearance on Raw tomorrow night on SmackDown, or do you think this is all just rumors that's in theory by fans? Y'all let me know by into the comment section right down below. And also, I'll say this could happen, and this could lead to Adam Pearce showing up, and they can have their Raw wrestlers that does not have no plans to be on Survivor Series yet. The wrestling at the I'll say the third biggest show of the year, if not the fourth. I'll say the fourth show of the year because it's at the end of the year, and we could easily do this. Even if Jey Uso does not make an appearance tomorrow night, I wouldn't be surprised of that, but also wouldn't be surprised if Adam Pearce makes an appearance on SmackDown. The challenge, Nick Aldis in the brand supremacy war. But yeah, sound off y'all's opinions in the comments below. But we got some more news about LA Knight. WWE got some news about LA Knight, and it says WWE has thus far announced a singles match between LA Knight and Grayson Waller for SmackDown. This week, the company will reveal more segments and matches in the lead up to the show this Friday at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. And also, not really news. It's also been added to tomorrow night's SmackDown. And what do you think what's going to go down at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, on the latest edition of the November? I'll say at the latest November 10th episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Is it the 10th? Yeah. Tomorrow night's the 10th. I believe so. But yeah, anyways, y'all let me know in the comment section right down below. Sound off in the comments, like Slap Rock would say. Shout out to you, Slap Rock. We're gonna move on to the next wrestling news now. I read this. Okay. Okay, we got some Ricochet news now, or no, The Rock next. It says The Rock to make one last WWE appearance this month after SAG-AFTRA strikes ends. SAG-AFTRA strike ends, exploring potential passing of the torch moment. The Rock's return to WWE remains uncertain in the wake of SAG-AFTRA's decision to end their 4-month strike against Hollywood studios and executives. The Great One last appeared inside the squared circle on the September 15th episode, or the September 15th, 2023 episode of Friday Night SmackDown. It is possible that Rocky could make a cameo appearance at Survivor Series 2023. The People's Champion can potentially trade barbs with Grayson Waller as a as a as a follow up to their banter on social media earlier this summer. Like sharing the ring with The Rock could potentially uh, do wonders for the career of Grayson Waller. The the era the arrogant Aussie like has already shared the spotlight with the likes of John Cena and Edge, now known as Adam Copeland, his real name in AEW, at the Money in the Bank and on SmackDown, respectively. Waller is currently in a tag team alliance with Austin Theory on Friday Night SmackDown. The duo are reportedly penciled in for a tag team title run, like somewhere down the line. It remains to be seen if the championship run begins before or after a potential face-off with the People's Champion. And what do you think about this latest news about The Rock possibly can making some kind of a cameo appearance in a in-ring segment or brawl with the arrogant Aussie of Grayson Waller, which it would probably put Grayson Waller over more as a WWE star. So that could help out, and then this could be a perfect send-off, like until next time we see the People's Champ, which we're not sure when that's going to happen because the SEG after strike that ended like not that long ago, and for over 4 months since this past July, like they finally ended, and they've finally given the actors the the fair share of pay, getting paid, getting 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 paid fairly, like they should, as they should, like. But yeah, what do you think about this? Y'all let me know down in the comments into the below section. We're gonna move on to the next news. Okay, we got some Ricochet news now. After Ricochet, another WWE star in concussion protocol, now following dangerous spot, no timeable for return reports. And it says Ricochet worried the entire world when he went into WWE's concussion protocol after a botched this week on Raw. Another WWE star has been confirmed as going into the concussion protocol. Reports have emerged about the same, and there does not seem to be a timeable for a return. The star in question is falling. I mean, it's not fall. It's Fallon Henley. The The match ended in utter confusion where Ricochet kicked out when he was not supposed to. When had landed on his head during the four-way match and had not been himself, what was supposed to be a double pin ended with The Miz winning cleanly instead and becoming the challenger for Gunther's Intercontinental title. And it says right here, according to this SportSkeeda article, at the same time during this week's episode of NXT, Fallon Henley found herself in trouble. She appears to have been injured and things went badly for her during the match against Tiffany Stratton. It's expected that she was hurt after Stratton landed onto her head during the moonsault. And according to Wrestling Observer Radio, Henley has gone into concussion protocol. The star is injured, and as a result, until she's been cleared by the doctors, she won't be returning to the ring. The report further stated that is no timeable for her return at this time. With Triple H and Shawn Michaels in charge, competitors' health has been given priority in WWE over recent months. Fans may have to wait to see her for a while. And yeah, according to this article, like during her match against Tiffany Stratton, it's possible that Tiffany Stratton accidentally hit her with the moonsault right onto her head, like at least part of herself right onto Fallon's head, and that's why she's into the in the concussion protocol injuries list like Ricochet. And I wish them a full, fast, speedy recovery for both the one and only Ricochet and Fallon Henley at this unfortunate time with them being injured, and we don't know when they're going to be back on television. Like, it could be months to come, like, which I would see a concussion protocol. I would say, I'm not an expert, but I've seen like some concussions. It depends on how bad it is. Like, if it's that bad, then I would say give it about 4 to 6 months. But if it's not that bad, I would say give it about a month or two. Like, if it's a minor concussion, of course, but that's only if it's a minor concussion. But like I said, I'm not an expert, but I've seen this from plenty of concussions before from wrestlers in the past, which I can't really name any examples right now, but I can tell you this: it depends on how bad is the concussion is and how long they're going to be out of action. But hopefully it won't be for long, and hopefully they get a speedy recovery sooner rather than later. I'll pray that they will and they can make a return and be fully okay and better than they were at this unfortunate encounter. But we're going to move on to the next wrestling news from SportSkeeda. And it's some more Undertaker news now. But before then, I have something that I need to check on. Excuse me for a second, my viewers. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm back. I checked on what I needed to check on, but now I'm back to finish off this video. Before I do, I got this news about, you got some Undertaker news that sends a forward message to the 24-time champion after being accused of a crime. And it says the Undertaker, and this is the news about the response to the Undertaker's from The Undertaker to JBL when JBL claimed that he committed a crime back 19 years ago when he slammed him right over the hood of his car. And it says right here, according to the SportSkeeda article right here, The Undertaker took to Twitter after being accused of a crime by a former WWE champion and Hall of Famer John Bradshaw Layfield. The Undertaker and JBL have a story rivalry. The two men faced each other on multiple occasions, including a last ride match at No Mercy 2004. At the 2004 SummerSlam event, JBL retained the WWE Championship over the Dead Man via DQ or disqualification. That's what it says in the full proper words. Taken to Twitter/X, the 24-time champion recalled the incident of being scared by the Phenom following their clash at SummerSlam. In response, the latter simply sent a four-word message, as The Undertaker said, "Yeah, that's my bad." Like I wrote from the Hall of Famer, and it says right here. Here's the tweet he tweeted on Twitter. Like, and I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds for you to respond. Trey, what did you do?
What's the matter with baby? Go, get back. We need to go. Get back. Move. Get back, girl. Once you say so. Watch out. Watch out. Move. Watch out. Move, Samson. Why was he standing by the door?
I don't know.
He was like standing right in front of the bathroom door.
Good question. My apologies. Let me read through that. But yeah, here's the tweet from The Undertaker. Give 10 seconds, and I'll recommend you. Here you go. Here's the blanket. And I'll recommend you You're welcome, Birdie Bird. I recommend you to pause this if you need to read more of this on Twitter. But what do you think about The Undertaker apologizing to John Bradshaw Layfield for what he did 19 years ago? And do you think John Bradshaw Layfield was serious about that, like having any problems with that, or do you think he was just playing the self-centered heel that he was from since then, like in his reign as WWE champion, like when he split from Ron Simmons, of course, or Farouk at the time? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to our final news. Our final news now, which we're gonna end this video with. We're going to end this video with some more LA Knight news. Is LA Knight responds to WWE superstar on social media by calling him an incel or incel, yeah. And then LA Knight took to Twitter/X to respond to fellow SmackDown star Grayson Waller, who took shots at sorry about that, allergy issues. Took some shots at the megastar after his loss to Roman Reigns at the recent At the recent concluded Crown Jewel Premium Live event, Roman Reigns' successful retained the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against LA Knight. The closing moments of that match saw interference. It's like from the bloodline, leading to yet another controversial win for the tribal chief. Taken to Twitter/X, Waller took a shot at Knight, to which the megastar responds that he was interested in social media beef. Like, Knight further revealed that he had asked Nick Aldis to set up a match like between the two men. The following like for SmackDown, which the SmackDown general manager later confirmed on social media. And there's a tweet on this with an LA Knight like saying this guy playing on the internet, like with him adding the at Grayson Waller and Nick Aldis. And what do you think about this announcement, like on social media, between the megastar and the Aussie icon? Y'all let me know down in the comments below, and who you think is gonna win. Like this kind of reminds me of their days in NXT when they were in the feud, but even though they didn't took their their on-screen beef on the social media rather than showing it on weekly television, like on NXT, like they're like in a on-screen feud with even LA Knight facing Sanga before he reformed the end this year with Veer Mahan, with Jinder Mahal being their leader, rather than having Stokely Hathaway as their manager, aka formerly known as Malcolm Bivens. But anyways, we're gonna see who's gonna be the victor. Y'all let me know who's in y'all's prediction plate in the comment and leave a comment on what's your prediction. And yeah, that's the end of your video. This the end of the wrestling news video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry there wasn't there's no specific messages onto this article on SportSkeeda. They just talk about what they reported onto what's on social media, and even what's on social media and or on some onto the wherever event they're in, like the Undertaker, for an example, at his One Dead Man show meet and greet with that fan that was dressed up as him. But which one is your, and also about reports from them with their sources about Raw and SmackDown, and do you think that, and do you think the, and what, and which one is your favorite on this list of like that? Like, which one is your favorite news? Their favorite news into this out of this list. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And then I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin, on this episode 14, the 114th episode of the SNA podcast, like the wrestling news part 35, and see you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when I make episode 15 of the SNA podcast, wrestling news part 36. And also SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Make sure you check that out as well. Like, which is gonna be after both SmackDown and Rampage, like tomorrow evening, which will be episode 116 and 17. Yeah, 116 and 17, part 13 of both of those. And yeah, that's it for tonight. And I hope you guys have a great night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until we meet again, folks, Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, is out. Bye-bye, everyone. I need to edit.